Alright, so today we're going to be going over yet another MacBook that is dead. This here is a MacBook Air, and it doesn't turn on. This MacBook Air that doesn't turn on is drawing 0.1 amps from the charger when the battery is not plugged in, which tells me that it's almost ready to turn on, but not quite. So let me just grab myself a magnet for all the screws. Magnet? Magnets? Like, and get started. Not sure if this is working since I see a very empty chat, but it does appear to be recording, so I can at least put this on the main channel once we figure it out. Another day, another MacBook. For those of you who ask why am I doing this with the charger plugged in, the power supply is that it's attached to is off, so no power in that. I don't know what you mean, Clivix. That doesn't sound like English to me, unfortunately. Did you find the chip that creates PP3V42 yet?
Right here.
No.
What do you mean?
No. What does that create? Full screen. Okay, that. Okay, go to the right. Move to the right. To system. What does it say? No, no, no. You scrolled up. No, go back.
Oh.
No, no, you bastard. No, stop. Go back to the page you were on. That's not the page you were on. Oh wait, what does it say at to system? And stop fucking scrolling. Read what it says at to system.
Oh, shit.
There. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. How secure is the payment processing on store.rossmangroup.com? It's highly secure. Don't delay. Buy today. It's much more secure than Mendon iPad Rehab Store because we actually have SSL on our website. Payment processing through Square or PayPal. It's as secure as it gets. Don't delay. Buy today. How's the AC? Oh, the AC is nice and cool in here. It's boiling out there, but it's nice and cool in here. That's what matters. I like it when it's cold. So we take the MacBook, and let's look at the other side of this MacBook. Did you find the PP3V42 creation circuit yet? Go, find it. Find it. You had it. Find it? No? Why are you scrolling 3 pages at a time? Scroll 1 page at a time. Here, full screen. Make it full screen. Okay, bring it in so it's taking up the whole screen. Don't misuse 4K here. Okay, scroll up. One page. What do you have here? Read.
DTN.
What else? Read.
Oh,
Read the biggest letters first.
right.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh. Let's look at our MacBook. Oh yeah. It's typical MacBook. What do we have here? How's it going, little buddy? Are you resting? Are you sleeping? Oh man, looks like he's seen some better days.
Is that ant?
I don't know what kind of ant it is. Did you find the PP3V42 creation circuit?
Yes.
Have you tested the input?
I'm checking right now.
I don't see testing. Measure input. If you did a split screen, it would make your life easier.
Oh, well. I see why.
Why?
That register looks bad.
Why do you think it blew? Think!
Oh.
Also, you can't see shit because you don't have a split screen view. How are you going to see the schematic when something's covering it? Here. You know how in Windows, watch, I'll show you what I do. See, if you have a full screen, you just drag it like that, and then you get half and half.
Oh.
So give yourself the board view and the schematic at the same time. So drag it to all the way to the right. Okay, now choose the schematic. There you go. All right, so now, what's after the resistor?
Diode.
What's after the diode?
Capacitor, then
And where do they go? Where else does the capacitor go?
ground.
So, what would cause the resistor to blow? Magic or short to ground after it?
Short ground.
Okay, there we go. So what are you going to measure for?
Caps.
Yes, what are you going to measure exactly?
Voltage.
Yes and no. What else?
And the beam. So do I have to be measure beam? It's not going to be like 0. When the resistance of the resistor.
Resistance of the resistor, but what else are you going to measure at the input of the circuit? No more scrolling. Stay here. Stay in one place. What did you say the resistors could get burned by?
Too much voltage.
But what would cause the too much voltage?
Charger voltage? Or what?
What would cause there to be too much power flowing through that resistor?
Too much resistance.
Too much resistance would cause too much power to flow through the resistor?
Or short to ground.
Okay, short to ground. Very good. Now, where would the short to ground come from?
All the caps.
Yes. So what are you going to measure for at the capacitors?
Resistance
To what?
to ground.
Very good. Proceed. Okay. Back to my board. I have higher standards for being mean to Kopaz because he asked for the job several times rather than me hiring him. So it's like different if I put a job ad up versus if somebody comes in and says, "Can I have a job?"
Did you ever put
They get tortured. What?
Did you ever put an ad up?
Sometimes. Yeah. So he gets tortured. but there's... Alright.
Well,
How can I help you?
we just had this come in, and I think my method is going to work.
What's the method? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of screws and shit there. Yeah. What's this? Oh, you want to detect which charge port is bad.
5-volt steady.
Five volt steady. Don't do it on all of them. You can't see corrosion on this side because they're on the other side of the board, right?
Both of them.
5 volt steady. Roar. Oh, there you go. This
One
deserves a
charge,
video.
and that's it.
This deserves a video on how to detect it. Good thing nobody saw that. I also have another one that only needs one IC replaced because I wasn't stupid with it.
Awesome.
I did the first part of the video. I just had to wait to get the chips to do the second part. All right. But check out this guy. Look at little Buggy. Isn't he cute?
Oh, that's gross.
No, he's adorable. Look, he has little.
He's furry.
Look at his face.
He has a face.
He's dead.
Oh, the little guy has a face.
He's just sleeping, is all.
That's gross.
It's not gross. It's inside of a customer's MacBook. Did you check for a short to ground yet? It should take you no less than 8 seconds from the time that you see it on the board for you to check for short to ground. Also, you can't have the power plugged in while you're checking for resistance. Do you have power plugged in while you're checking resistance?
Yes.
Why?
Um,
No power plugged in while checking resistance. And checking for a short to ground should take no longer than 8 seconds. All right, yeah.
that's not our.
All right, here we go. What's this? It looks like this is where the bug took its shit before it's made its way to the other side of the board. And it looks like it took another shit over here. So we're going to replace you. And we're going to replace you. But we're going to keep you, little companion. So what are these things for? Did you check for a short to ground? That's way more than 8 seconds. Why are you moving the board?
Measuring 30
This is not a Ouija board. This is a logic board. Don't move the board around. What are you doing? Give me this. All right, watch. This black pin, ground. Red probe, where it would be going to. What is the resistance you get?
A lot.
Well, define a lot.
A lot.
I need units.
Well, turned into oil.
Give me a number. Read something.
2 million, and yeah.
Okay, so that's not it. What does PP3V42 chip look like? Let's see. Okay, now we check for a short to ground on PP3V42 itself. What do you get?
0.
0 what? Give me a unit.
0 ohms.
There you go.
2 ohms.
Okay, so where do you think your short circuit is? Where do you think the problem is?
The chip itself.
Or,
The caps.
well, not these ones because input is not shorted, output is shorted. So scroll over.
The coil.
What? No!
No. No.
Okay, no. There's a short to ground over here.
Oh man, yeah. So
Yes.
this-
So it could be that capacitor or it could be anything on that line.
shit.
So you need to inject voltage and then use the thermal camera, which I didn't install software for in this computer. Ask Paul to show you how the thermal camera works when he has to. What? Find short! Find it! That could be an easy one.
I could touch it, right? Technically.
Yes, you could put 3.42 volts into it and then use your lips. You're using your lips to find the short. If I was mean, I'd make you use your balls. Okay. So, where were we here? Ah. So this chip over here is responsible for creating the PP5ES4 rail, the PP5ES5 rail, and the PP3V3S5 rail. And then the other chip that was corroded up here has something to do with Bluetooth, USB, and wireless stuff. So let's see what happens when you repeal and replace these components. We're just going to put a little bit of flux, conservative amount. Get our fume extractor in place. Microscope there. And time to go. Did you inject voltage yet?
Like a wire that I can use.
Yeah, you gotta, grab some wires. You can steal the wires that I sell on the website.
The bus.
Can you look it up on the website? The site will actually tell you what slot it's in the URL, because I honestly don't even remember. Or you can use, I see one over there. I see the red wire.
Like these.
Yeah, and the microphone thingy. Where does that? Yeah, you could just get another one of those. Find it. Now we're going to take it off of a donor. Or if you don't have a donor, you can get this chip on store.rossmangroup.com. Don't delay, buy today. Same-day shipping from New York City and free shipping for orders over $30 within the continental United States. We sell flux, chipsets, tools, soldering irons, and more. Hmm? Can you look at the front while Paul... F2. There we go. Okay, so the first thing I do when soldering a QFN is I will try and get it aligned, and it'll align itself with surface tension just by heating it and letting it move around. Then I heat it again and push down on it so that it's making proper contact with the board. I don't do that in the beginning, because if I do it in the beginning, it'll mess up the alignment. But somehow I managed to still mess up the alignment, so it's a little bit crooked. But so is most of my soldering. That'll be fine, though. It'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. Just touch that up, make it beautiful, beautiful. All right. Next up on the list is this. This is where the fly decided to poo again. Ew. Can't believe I'm heating that stuff. Gross. Yuck. Disgusting. Garbage. Boop. Whoopsie. Oh crap, Alex is talking to a customer. Alex, don't get owned, don't get owned, don't get owned, Alex. Make sure you touch each individual pad. And there we go. All right. I read my 1060 thanks to your vids. I knocked off a fuse after trying to change cooling paste. Awesome. Glad you made something work again. Congratulations. Must be a good feeling. You saved some money, you got to see video on the screen, and you learned a skill. Good job, man. All right. Now, do we get fan spin? Will fan spin? Is fan spin possible on MacBook? Will fan spin again on MacBook? It would be nice if fan could spin on MacBook. .15 volts. Grrr. And those were our hints too. All right, and that means we gotta actually troubleshoot it. Well, that sucks. Actual work is involved now. Me. What? Yes? He thought you were Chinese?
Yes.
What was, I don't understand. Why are you offended?
You assume my nationality.
He assumed your nationality. So, people assume I'm Mexican all the time. Or Honduran. Or Middle Eastern. Or, I mean, like, I'm Italian. I mean, I get why they... Don't be a Tumblr person. You can't... Alex is mad that somebody who walked in assumed his nationality. We're not going to go full Tumblr here. Alright, 8.59 volts on... We have 8.59 volts on PP bus, G3 hot. You should be pissed if they assume your gender. If they walk in and call you miss, then you can get mad. I'll approve of that. Okay, what's next? PPV RTC G3 hot. Let's check this. Uh-oh. Paul, you want an easy PPV RTC missing?
Why doesn't it sound easy when you say it like that?
Because the short to bit ground could be coming from either the chip or the CPU. We have donor CPUs, though. I just bought some.
For that?
Yeah. Actually, no, the donor boards don't come with the CPU. All right, let's see if that's a short... Let's see what's causing this. Is it short to ground?
I'll fix the touch bar.
Yeah, okay. Do you think the short to ground is coming from the capacitor, the chip, or the CPU? What do you think?
The capacitor.
Let's see. So we're gonna... Okay, so it looks like PPV RTC G3 hot is missing, and this is the chip that creates the PPV RTC G3 hot power rail. And we're gonna see if that is happening as a result of the CPU, the capacitor, or the chip. One way to find out. What else is on that line? There's gonna be some capacitors on that line that could be doing it as well. How many people assume that you're Chinese?
A lot.
Is it insulting? Is it like, do you think that you're Korean, right? You're Korean, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, now does it work the other way? Do like Chinese people get pissed if people assume they're Korean? Is it like an insult, or is it just inaccuracy? Is the insult because you think that Chinese people are worse than Koreans, or is the insult because...
I'm not his word.
Okay, or is the insult because you think that, you know, is the insult because it's like, oh, you white people all think all Asians look the same kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. That makes sense. People always assume that I'm Mexican or Honduran. Or Jewish. It's like Italian, German, yeah, Italian, German, El Salvadorian. A little bit of El Salvadorian. Like 5% or so. But, yeah, it happens all the time. Constantly. All right, let's see if we still have high resistance. Low resistance. Okay, now we're up to 2 ohms. Oh boy. Okay, what else is on PPV RTC G3 hot? So there's going to be 4 capacitors over here. Actually, no, there's going to be... Yeah, those are resistors. That's not going to do it. So there's 3 capacitors over here. And if it's not one of those 3 capacitors, then this board is going to go to Paul.
No.
Can you relieve a... Actually, one of these capacitors looks like it moved a little. I wonder if this is... maybe it's you. Someone says you're not Jewish. Oh, wait, yes. 2 N's is German, 1 N is Jewish. So the Rossman versus Rossmann, it's Rossmann with 2 N's, which is German. I mean, it's not like I speak Italian or German or Spanish or anything. I'm a shame. I'm a disappointment and a shame to my ancestry, but what are you gonna do? All right, so let's see if we still have a short to grounds on PPV RTC G3 hot. Because as again, the only other place that it's gonna go to is the CPU. And if it's the CPU, that'll be a job for Paul S. All right, let's see what we have here. 0.7 ohms. Sounds like we've got a bad CPU. Yep. We're just going to make this board go into Paul's name. For Paul. Time for some food.